All right, we're down here with Victor, and Victor's got a special announcement to make, so I'm going to hand the mic over to him. It's all you, buddy.
Cheryl, this is Victor, your fiance, and I'm asking you to marry me, will you? Will you stand up and answer, please?
Oh, I heard a yes. I did hear a yes, so how about a big round of applause for Victor and his new fiance? She said yes.
I think she looked a little shy there.
Yeah, I think so. She didn't really want to stand up, but
she might strangle him when he gets back.
Congratulations to them.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the invocation and national anthem. For tonight's invocation, I turn it back over to Chris Kale.
Would y'all please bow your head? Lord, we want to first of all thank you for all the blessings that you continue to give each and every one of us on a daily basis. We also want to thank you for the beautiful weather that we've been having here in Ohio. It's always been great on Saturday nights to have nice weather. We want to ask that you please watch over all of our drivers, teams, fans, track crews tonight. Keep everybody safe and sound. We pray for a safe race tonight. In your name we pray. Amen.
Presenting the colors is Evan Cannon, riding in the Dennis Wood, number 41. Last year's point champion, the Canton Auto Salvage, Canton Auto Sales, Finish Line Designs, Freedom Auto Finance car. Smith in the 43, the 22 of Miller. Bring him in and the green is out. Roger Smith, a longtime veteran from the Barberton Speedway on the inside of row number 1, side by side with Mike Miller as they head to turn 3. Miller pulling forward, up the banking in turn 4. Smith taking advantage again at the line, nearly a dead heat. It's Miller by centimeters at the line. Mike Miller in the outside lane, taking advantage of a bobble from the 43 car of Roger Smith. Smith sliding back into the number 2 spot. Can Miller clear him? No, he wiggles in turn 4. Smith leads lap number 2. Roger Smith pulling back out front, and Roger Smith is going to be our leader here in just a moment. Smith leading the way. Miller in the second spot. Side by side, a good battle in our late model fast heat tonight. Hopefully a precursor of what's about to come throughout the rest of our evening for our midseason championships. Smith and Miller battle hard. At the line this time, Mike Miller, as the lead is swapped about 3 times already this race. Mike Miller pulling forward again. Veteran driver from Clinton, Ohio, looking for his 8th Midvale championship this season. He's going to lead again at lap number 5. 3 laps to go. He said enough is enough. I'm closing the door. He slams the door shut in 1 and 2, and he pulls away from Roger Smith out front. Bryant Smith and Alex Rosenberry, the battle up front of our feature last week. A battle at the back of the field tonight in our heat race. Smith at the line on lap 6. We've got about a lap and a half to go for Mike Miller. Brian Smith thought about 3 wide. Rosenberry to the outside of Schneider for the number 3 spot. White flag is out. 1 to go. 1 lap to go. Mike Miller leads the way. Smith is going to get underneath Schneider on the backstretch. Rosenberry gets past him for the number 3 spot. Coming to the checkered flag. Smith and Rosenberry with contact. And as they cross the line, the winner will be Mike Miller. Let's have a nice round of applause for your heat race winner, the 22 of Mike Miller. Harvey in the 112, as well as a couple of others not making the call for their heat races tonight. Ready for green, turn number 4. It's Grudier in the 8, Leinert in the 23, and we're underway. Into the first corner, Leinert's going to go into the lead. Here comes Larry Baker in the 6 for the number 2 position. Larry Baker trying to take second from Grudier. He does move into second. Matthew Mills in the number 4 car, racing side by side with the 8 of Grudier. He'll take over the 3rd spot. Here comes Dave Martin, who's back at action tonight. Dave Martin, a crash a couple of weeks ago in hot laps. Badly damaged the car. It looks real good tonight. Good to see him back out. He's up into the number 4 spot. 3 laps in this time at the line for Joe Leinert in car number 23. Leinert leading the way, trying to get used to driving the team car that he's normally driving, and Mills goes to the inside of Baker for the number 2 spot. Baker gives him room. Thought it was going to be maybe some contact there, but Mills did see him to the Baker rather did see him to the inside as Mills goes for the number 2 position. And Matthew Mills from the 5th starting spot up to 2nd will set his sights on the leader, the 23 of Leinert. Your leader, the 23 of Leinert. 2nd is Mills. 3rd is Baker. 4th is Martin. Just a couple of laps to go. In fact, this time it'll be the white flag. It will be 1 to go for Joe Leinert, who just puts it in that bottom lane, turns some consistent laps here during the heat race. Mills is closing, but not quick enough. A little over half a lap to go for the Dover driver. Heading into the 3rd corner. Make it to turn number 4. The checkered flag in the air from Terry Coletti, and Joe Leinert picks up heat race win number 2. 2nd place to Mills, 3rd to Baker, finishing 4th is Martin. Joe Leinert behind the wheel. Let's put your hands together for late model rookie Joe Leinert. He had a terrible crash a couple weeks ago in a late model feature. They're looking to repair the car. It looks like they will now reclip the 82 car that Leinert was driving. Hopefully get back out in a few weeks.
Hey, Adam, did you see Gabe give him the black flag? He didn't know if he really won or not. He thought he got black flag for running under his time. He didn't know if he won when he pulled into victory lane.
Preston Walker, 2nd quick in the number 30 in time trials. And fast qualifier Bob Sibla Jr. in car number 82 will start in the final spot. Sibla set fast time at Killcare last night as well in a different car. We come off of 4. Green flag is out. Chris Peel in the 88 car, Bubba Smith in the number 7, wheel to wheel, they bump, and Peel able to save it, so is Bubba Smith in the number 7 car. Peel had a little bit of a push on the inside lane, pushes up a little bit again, couple of slaps into the door. Bubba Smith going to lead across the line for lap number 1. First time that Chris Peel has made the fast heat in his career, and pretty good effort tonight in qualifying, trying to match it here in the heat race. He holds on to 2nd, and Kevin McClintock is right there challenging. Chris Peel last week put the new wrap on the body of that 88 car and really sharp compared to how it was. It was just a plain white 88, now a sharp black and green number 88, and he has developed a heavy push coming off of the turns. If that continues, he's going to backpedal quickly. McClintock is closing. He's going to try to drop under him in 3 and 4 if he pushes again. Meanwhile, Smith pulling out to a big lead. Peel protects the inside lane. We are at the halfway point of the race. 4 laps have been completed, 4 to go. Peel still holding on to 2nd. 3rd is McClintock. 4th, Stewart. Running 5th is Sibla. 6th, Allensworth. And 7th, Walker. 5 complete. McClintock does get a run on Peel. Moves into the number 2 spot. Peel drops in line in 3rd. Adam Stewart's best qualifying effort as a modified competitor in the 4th position. And Sibla, the top qualifier, trying to move up. Bubba Smith turning pretty good laps in the 14.8s. which is right where he qualified earlier tonight. White flag is out for Bubba Smith in the number 7 car. McClintock about a half straightaway behind. No chance to catch Smith in this fast heat race, as Stewart does catch Peel for third. Come to the checkered, picking up the victory will be the 7 of Smith. Second to McClintock. Stewart will take third from Peel on the last lap. Finishing 5th, the 30 of Walker. 6th was Sibla, and 7th was Allensworth. Stewart, his best qualifying effort despite a couple feature wins. 88 of Chris Peel, that's a surprise in our fast heat. And Allensworth in the 21 with a great qualifying effort. Your winner from Canton, Ohio, the Finish Line Motors number 7, Bubba Smith.
Yeah, it's nice to see different faces up there at the top of the speed charts in different divisions. I was talking to Tyler Noweski earlier. I swear you said that he qualified 5th tonight, so I went up and I said, hey man, 5th ain't bad. He said, no, that was last week.
Rounding it out, the 36 of Mike Green from Louisville. Tri-State Oil and Gas, all parts auto care as the field comes to Green. Good start off the corner is Noweski in the 15 and Boron in the 82, the 182. A couple of rookies in our modified division at Midvale bounce off of one another down in turn number 2, much like our first heat race tonight. To lead lap number 1 at the line will be Don Boron Jr. in the 182 by inches over Noweski. But Boron pulling forward now, in fact, has cleared Noweski, can close the door and will choose to do so in turn number 3. Boron out front, Noweski second. Gruhl in the 3rd spot. Running 4th is Tad Grove. 5th, Lucas Ripley. 6th spot, Glenn Jewell. And 7th is Mike Green. Your leader, the 182 of Don Boron Jr.
Gruhl's got his hands full in that 99, Adam. Very loose race car.
Yeah, he all of a sudden has really lost that car the last couple of weeks. Was in the slow heat, I think, last week. He set fast time just a few weeks ago, but somewhere along the way, something has gone wrong with that car, and he's not been able to pinpoint it yet. As they see the halfway flags, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. It's going to be 5 in, 3 to go this time for the 182 of Boron. Boron leads the way. Noweski in second. 3rd spot is Gruhl. The battle continues for 4th. That time, Lucas Ripley had it at the line. Ripley in the 4th position. Grove still fighting hard in the outside lane. He's won the last 2 modified features from the pole. Opening up the bottom is Gruhl, and Ripley just about was able to get underneath him. 4th position right now. Grove in the number 3, and again Ripley the 0. The white flag is out. We're on the final lap. Final lap for Don Boron Jr. Boron, who started on the outside of row number 1, and Noweski, who started on the pole, will bring it home in 1st and 2nd. Boron claims the heat race win. 2nd spot to Noweski. 3rd to Gruhl. 4th to Ripley. 5th place to Grove. Finishing 6th is Glenn Jewell, and 7th is Mike Green. From the outside pole, the Bowling Juice cars, Waynesburg Carriage, number 182. Comes to downtown Ford victory lane. Let's have a nice round of applause for the winner, Don Boron Jr. He's 5th in our standing. Sean Martyr, 2nd-year modified driver, the 25 from Twinsburg. And Lee McCreary, the number 2, starts 6. Green coming out of 4. Todd Ripley, the veteran, on the outside of Braden Swaney, the youngster. And Swaney slipping back on the inside lane as a couple of veterans. Make it 3 of them going to use the outside lane to try to get into the top 3 spots. McCreary all over the 0-2 of Bowers. Down in turns 3 and 4. We've completed the first of 8 laps in our 3rd heat for the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. Ripley leads. 2nd is Bowers, and 3rd now McCreary. Started to close the door a bit on the 27 of Swaney, who will drop in line. 2 complete, 6 to go, and Ripley leads the way. 3 cars right there, Chris, at the front of our field that you would not ever expect to see in our slow heat. They've been fast heat cars earlier this season. Some of that they struggled in qualifying a little bit tonight, and if you struggle just a little bit, you can drop a lot of spots. The field is that tight.
I was just getting ready to say the same thing, and I think that, like you said, that attributes to, yes, they may have struggled at times, but a lot of guys have gotten better too.
Absolutely, and it's so close, and the parity is so good with the crate engines. And here comes McCreary looking for the second spot. Couldn't pull alongside Bowers. Ripley leads the way. Bowers in second. McCreary is in the number 3 spot. As we cross the line again, Bowers locks him up as he goes into the corner as Ripley closes the door. We've got 5 in, 3 to go. 2 to go this time by for Todd Ripley. In the 00 car, and we've got trouble in turn 3. The 02 of Mike Bowers, 5 laps in, 3 laps to go. Green flag off of turn number 4. Bowers the advantage early on. Ripley going to fight back on the inside lane. Ripley up the track, slight contact, possibly Bowers going to go into the 1 spot. But here comes Ripley back to the inside. McCreary boxed in the 2. 2 to go. Bowers leads the way, cannot quite close the door. Now he can on the 00 of Todd Ripley. Bowers, Ripley, McCreary, the veterans in front of the youth and inexperience in the division. The white flag is out. Final lap upon us in this 3rd and final modified heat race. Checkered flag coming off of turn number 4. The Massillon driver in car 02, a modified veteran. Mike Bowers picks up the victory. Ripley 2nd. McCreary 3rd. Finishing 4th is Martyr. 5th spot to Cox, and 6th to the 27 of Swaney. Tim's Custom Car Center 02 pulling to the line. The winner of our 3rd and final heat and modified racing tonight. Let's hear it from Mike Bowers.
New engine in that number 6 this week, Adam.
Well, not a new one. You just he went with the number 5 of Vince Martin, his brother's engine, as Mike had problems with his a week ago. As I explained during the lineups moments ago. Oh, we've got him 3 wide. Look out. Crash coming off of 2. 49 of Oliver involved. 41 of Wood. 62 of Elkins. As we've got a caution, we'll have a restart. Eight laps from the finish. And our street stock fast heat. Good field of street stocks here tonight, and we're underway. Mike Martin in the 6, pulling forward. Austin Harvey, the 112, trying to stay alongside, but Martin's going to go into the number 1 spot. Martin closes the door on Harvey. Going into the 3rd corner, Harvey uses the chrome horn, gets back underneath him in turn number 4.
I don't see any chrome on that car.
It's underneath, Chris. It's underneath the bumper cover. As the number 6 of Mike Martin goes back forward again, able to close the door, but again pushes up. Harvey trying to get back underneath him. 2 laps in, 6 laps to go.
He could have used Mike Martin's chrome horn.
There you
Chrome
go.
bumper.
Martin leading the way. 2nd is Harvey. 3rd is Dennis Wood, and Dennis Wood is coming forward. So is Elkins in the 62, at least trying to. The outside lane moving forward. Mike Martin not as quick as what we might expect, and of course he wasn't in last week's feature either, as he had a big time miss. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Wood goes high, coming off the corner. Look out. Oh, that could have been ugly, as Elkins, he took evasive action in case the 41 of Wood came down the banking at him, and now Elkins has a clear open spot in the outside lane to move forward and challenge Martin maybe for this heat race win.
Sorry, Adam, I was just getting ready to say how, we talk about every week, how soon is that 41 going to be in victory lane in a feature?
Was so close, just was edged by a few inches a few weeks ago. Elkins has been the front runner as well as Martin all season long, but Wood's been just about as quick. And I thought Wood was going to have a chance to win this heat, and then wouldn't you know it, coming off of turn number 4, he got sideways and nearly collected the 62 of Elkins. Coming to 1 to go. White flag is out for Mike Martin in the 6. As Elkins on the outside, a little bit of contact there as Martin pushes up a little bit in the 1 and 2. Elkins going to give it a last-minute try. Down in turns 3 and 4. They're going to come to the checkered off of turn number 4. Martin's going to take the victory. Elkins finishes second. Wood third. Fourth spot to the 112 of Harvey. Fifth to the 68 of Hoopengarter. And rounding it out, the 74 of Passwaters. He finishes sixth. 7 nice round of applause for your winner, your point leader, Mike Martin in car number 6. And good news for those of us who were watching radar earlier, there was a bunch of pop-ups kind of coming close to the area. One just missed us to the east. We could even see lightning and hear some thunder. Green flag is out as Lewis Jr. goes into the lead on the outset. 3 wide. Might be 4 wide, might be 5 wide here in a moment. Threading the needle. Here comes Josh Moss in the 77. Look out. Uh-oh. A wheel comes loose up into the wall. 77 of Moss. 39 car of Lewis. Big time melee going into the third corner. As the 77's going to need the assistance of a tow truck. He's missing a pretty important piece of that 77 ride. So caution out.
Yeah, it looks like the right rear axle.
It went 3 wide. I thought that was going to be even scarier than what it was, Chris. It looked like we were going to have some big-time heavy damage, and ended up not being so bad.
Well, I don't think that the 77 would say that.
On the outset, 3 wide.
Every week, got anything for these guys tonight behind you? Can you keep this thing out front?
Well, starting in the front row certainly helps me out quite a bit.
I made a little bit of gas change this week. Everything's going to work out for me. Hopefully the track next year as it cools off a little bit. I think the start of the benefit for me.
Anybody want to thank us for 13 truck plan? I know you guys don't get the opportunity to talk a whole lot when you're in victory lane, so we're trying to give you guys a minute to, want some sponsors here.
Well, I like having sponsors because of my wife. Appreciate her support. I think I know the track, we can come up with a limited supply. So last night I started on my belly. Keeping the lap on the track, making changes, using their gas cans, their air compressors.
We're driving this beautiful limousine-looking truck.
How's things going tonight, man?
The truck seems to be running good. We're making improvements each week. I'm getting better and better. It's our first year. You're having fun. We appreciate fans coming out every week for the bunch of mini trucks. Here, running as hard as we can. See what happens.
Now, I got to ask you, at first I didn't get it when I told you, hey, you got a few minutes, try to shut the truck off if you wanted to. Then I looked over and I see why you don't want to shut the truck off. You got yourself a little cooling device in here. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, we gotta have a necessity. You gotta have a fan run. You gotta stay cool. This out. You gotta stay cool.
All you need is a fridge in here, and we'd be good to go.
Well, that's a little bit more weight on the wrong side of the truck.
Good luck tonight, buddy.
Hey, thank you.
Pick a car, pick a driver. Who's going to win this one? 28 or 75. Green flag coming out of 4. 8 laps in our second heat for the street stocks. Passwater's on the inside, and he's going to take the lead. Waylon Orr. I don't think that Waylon's going to be able to get him on the outside lane. He might have to try to do it on the bottom, and he does drop to the bottom side. And going through 3 and 4, they go through the drying agent, slip around a little bit, and back down the straightaway they go. Boy, Passwater's starting to push up, and Orr's trying to set him up for a down and under move going through the corners.
Orr's wailing it.
He is definitely wailing it. Up on the wheel and wailing it. As we've completed 2 laps, We have 6 laps to go for Passwaters and Orr. There it is. He's able to do it in turn number 2. Orr gets to the inside, says, hello there. And he pulls alongside heading into turn number 3. Oh, Passwaters dirt tracking it. Literally up in turn number 4. Across the line, it's Waylon Orr at the stripe. 3 laps in. Boy, he and Passwaters racing close in quarters. Passwaters squeezes down into the infield, goes Passwaters. He's going to do a little slide, show you both sides of the car, back it out, hit the gas, keep on going. No, stalled it.
I told you Orr was wailing it.
Boy, here's Passwaters racing close. Down into the infield goes Passwaters.
They're at least putting on a good show for 2 cars. I like it.
Yeah, they're pretty competitive, and you know what? They're usually around the same spot on the racetrack, turning competitive times, or not going to be able to drop to the inside of them this time. It worked out nicely earlier. I think this time Passwaters might really protect that coming out of 2 so that Orr can't do the same thing. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go this time at the line. Passwaters hugging the bottom. Orr using the outside lane. Who is going to win it? 3 to go. 5 complete this time. Orr driving it in that outside groove. Up the banking he goes. Passwaters shoved a little bit middle of the corner as they complete lap number 5. Almost still in starting formation till turn number 2 there when Orr slips back a little bit. 2 laps to go at the line this time. Orr with a good entry in 3, but just shoves up a little bit too much middle of the corner. Going to drop back down to the bottom. Says, up, I see Passwaters protecting it. Can't go down there. He's going to try it right here. He gets under him. Passwaters trying to close the door. Orr there. Contact made. Rubbing some more paint. Passwaters holding them off. Coming up. White flag. 1 to go. Can Orr do it on the last lap? Waylon Orr again to the outside. Passwaters protects the bottom this time. Didn't give him the room. Waylon Orr. You give him credit. He's worked hard trying to make a run on him. Goes back to the outside. Coming to the checkered. Passwaters going to win it. Orr is going to finish in second. Passwaters Racing in Lawrence Diner, number 75. Bob Passwaters Sr. Of Kyler Bertram from Springfield Township, Tony Newman Roofing, Bond Heating and Cooling, Lakes Auto Recycling, green flag, 8 laps, heat race for the mini truck division is underway. Bruce George into the lead in the 13. Mike Martin, the point leader, tries to get there. 3 wide on the backstretch. Here comes Anderson to the inside. Bertram going to the outside. Look out, Anderson runs out of room as George closes the door. Look at him come off of turn 4. Up toward the wall they go. Bertram able to hang on to it. George up the track a little bit. Now contact. Anderson and Bertram get together. And around goes Bertram. As we get our first lap in, but caution flag coming out. One complete. 7 to go. Mini truck. Heat race ready to go. Turn 4, Martin and George. Bring them in. And Bertram up the banking, clips the 72 of Cordia. He had nowhere to go. 32 car of Anderson. 32 truck of Anderson gets to the inside of George. He closes the door. Bertram making some contact with the 32 of Anderson. The 5 of Martin leading the way. 5 of Martin leading the way. Second place, the 13 of George. Third, the 32 of Anderson. And fourth, the 72 of Cordia.
You know, Adam, that 72 truck, I think speed-wise, once he gets going, it seems like he's pretty good. Maybe just needs to gear it up a little bit more because he really gets killed on the starts and restarts.
Yeah, the gearing is not right in that truck. It just doesn't sound like he gets much out of it, and then it's a little bit too free. Dirt tracks it through the turns, loses a lot of bite, so that hurts his effort too. But they get an A for trying, and they've worked hard trying to make that truck more competitive, and they're getting there slowly but surely.
I mean,
and yes, I called you Shirley.
Yeah, he's got to be running competitive times, right? I mean, decent times anyway.
Better than, I think, earlier this season, yes.
Sure,
the 5 of Martin leads with 2 laps to go. 13 of George running second, 32 of Anderson running third, 72 of Cordia in the 4th spot. White flag out this time for Mike Martin. A 5 of Martin going to bring it off of turn number 4 for the checkered flag, and Martin picks up yet another checkered flag this season. In the 2nd spot will be the 13 of George, finishing 3rd, the 32 of Anderson, and the 72 of Cordia. Well, the finish line design, number 5, leads the points. He extends his lead with a top qualifying effort and a heat win tonight. Your winner, Mike Martin.
A little bit of information to pass along to you, Adam. I hear Rick Elkins Jr. is in the 31 compact tonight. So in the 31 tonight is Rick Elkins Jr.
Finlayson, last week's feature winner. The 3 of Kyle Grove starts 6th. He's top qualifier. The 31 of Rick Elkins Jr. inside. And Wes Innes in the 09 starting on the outside lane. The black and blue car at the back of the field is Elkins driving the Kyle Grove primary car. It's the 31, and Kyle Grove in the blue car. That's the 3. He's top qualifier. So switching cars tonight. Your leader, Dan Bucky in the 69. Oh, Reneker looks to the inside. Wasn't quite able to get there. Bucky already with the bumper cover loose. 175 of Reneker is there, right on his rear bumper cover, literally. And now looks to the outside, heading into turn 1. Bucky on the low side. Reneker on the outside lane. 2 laps have been completed. It's going to be 5 laps to go. 5 to go for the 175 of Reneker. Reneker leading the way, struggled in qualifying. Again, a big-time push on that car in the qualifying session earlier. Looks like he's been able to fix it somewhat for the race. Finlayson in the 15, ready to move into second. Kyle Finlayson in the 15, battles for second with Bucky. Kyle Grove is there as well in the number 3. Your leader is Reneker in the 175. 5 in, 3 to go. 175 of Justin Reneker has gone under his qualifying time. He will receive the black flag for breaking out. Talked about his issue in qualifying earlier tonight. So Reneker sent pit side under his time. Bucky leading the way with a sail flying behind him. Bucky leading. Finlayson going for the top spot. You're going to be coming up on the white this time. White flag coming off of turn number 4. White flag for Bucky. Can he hold off Finlayson? It's going to be a tough battle. Can Bucky do it? Finlayson pulling forward. He won last week's feature. It was his first career feature win. Finlayson pulling forward. Finlayson a half car length ahead. Here we go to the checkered flag, and it's going to be Finlayson taking the victory. 2nd spot to Bucky. 3rd to Wes Ennis from the back of the field. Rich Dunlap qualified his car earlier, so he had to start at the back. 2nd spot for the 69, nearly held off. Last week's feature winner, tonight the fast heat win, Kyle Finlayson. Finlayson towing Kiefer Auto number 15 from Bolivar. 7th in our points, but did miss a week. That hurt his points. Look out, Walker, Jayberg, Beatty. Oh, everybody piling up in turns 1 and 2 at the front of our field. Eight laps for the second heat.
And we'll try her for a
Coming
third
off
time.
of turn number 4, green flag is out. We're underway as Chase Beatty in the 75 pulls forward a little bit. Now Beatty and Jayberg get together. Goodness. Demolition Derby in our second race. Gage Jayberg, Chase Beatty beating and banging at the front of the field as the 17 of Stresky runs in the number 2 spot. Now it's going to be Stresky and Beatty as Jayberg sent pit side. Jayberg's going to be a pretty good racer, Chris. Sometimes just a little over anxious, a little bit, a little rough around the edges. But he's really good for being a young driver in his rookie season. As Stresky leads the way, another one of our young drivers that's pretty doggone talented. Stresky out front by a couple of car lengths over the 75 of Beatty, 57 of Ennis in the 3rd spot, and the 1 of Brandon France in 4th.
Yeah, some of these kids not even able to drive a car on the streets yet.
No, definitely. I think 17, one of those.
Yeah, the 21's one of those.
Side by side. Oh, some contact made for the number 2 position.
I'm just hoping that they are better drivers on the streets because of what they get to come and do down here each and every Saturday night.
Ennis able to make a run at Beatty for the 2nd spot. Beatty closing the door on Ennis, not able to get by. Beatty's pushing coming off the turn and then it just turns down into the lane of his competitors a little bit.
Pretty good fight between those two, Beatty and Ennis Jr. as Laney Stresky pulling away on a Saturday night cruise for her heat race here.
Yeah, Stresky all by herself. White flag is out. So maybe even the thought that you were going to interview her will help her win.
Yeah.
Coming off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, it's going to be the number 17 of Laney Stresky picking up the victory. 2nd spot to the 75 of Beatty. 3rd, the 57 of Ennis, and finishing 4th, the 1 of France. The M&D Designs TNT Television Senior Ponchos number 17, Louisville's Laney Stresky.
Nice to see old Gary back on the racetrack in that 83.
Green flag is out. We are underway. Into the first corner, Christian Bailey into the lead. Bob Walker up the track. Gerald Hahn pulls alongside. Bob Walker, look out. Dropping like a rock. First race, I think, maybe in his career. Side by side for the number 1 spot. The 13 of Hahn. Opened the door to the inside, and here comes the 7 of Zach Koger. Zach Koger on the inside, 3 wide battle down into the 1st and 2nd turn. Gary Gibson, plenty of smoke. Gonna go pit side. Chad Wise boxed in right now, the 00. Christian Bailey makes a run for the 2nd position. Going for the lead is Gerald Hahn, but leading the way at lap number 2, the 7 of Zach Koger. Koger leading. 2nd is Hahn. 3rd is Bailey. 4th is Roberts. We're going to complete lap number 3 this next time at the line. 3 laps in, 5 to go.
Little contact between Bailey and Hahn over in turn number 2. Everybody keeps going, but Koger has a little bit more of a lead now because of that.
That he does. It's up to a half straightaway at the halfway mark. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Koger leading. Second place is Hahn. Third is Bailey. Fourth is Moore. And running fifth right now is Roberts in the 07. Little Hands, Chad Wise running sixth, and running seventh is Bob Walker. Koger, that lead starting to evaporate. The 13 of Gerald Hahn is closing, and it's 2 laps to go this time. 2 to go for Bolivar's Koger. Battle for third, fourth, and fifth. 95 of Moore, 00 of Wise. Wise, oh, some contact with Moore. Moore, great job to steer out of it. Wise got on the binders, locked him up, slid up into the 95. White flag is out. 1 to go for the 7 of Koger. Hahn has closed the gap, but I don't think he's going to have a challenge for Koger. Unless he can rough him up a little bit in 3 and 4. Not quite going to get there. Comes to the checkered. Tried to take a little bit of a shortcut down on the rumble bumps, and Koger wins. Hahn finishes second. Third to Moore. And Chad Wise finishes in fourth. Finishing fifth is Roberts. Your winner, car number 7, Bolivar Zach Koger.
Facility here at Mid-Vid Speedway. The blue barn with our having very short tops for the cops right here. Maybe a limited series downtown Fort 100 coming up this.
I have these all written down, so I'm prepared.
What? You have to put the microphone up here so I can talk. Okay.
Then, who knows? I might take over your film.
There you go. That's all right. You do that, and then I'll take over yours.
That might not work out.
Okay. All right. Contributing to the youth of America. Good luck, buddy.
You got anything for him tonight, man? I'm gonna try. It's kind of hard with these ecotechs nowadays, so we're gonna try and give it all we got.
Do you think we should just make an ecotech class and start the controversy now?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do that, but it's kind of a money situation nowadays, so we're gonna bring it all we got. So we got something coming.
Well, and those ecotechs have been beat this year, so you know it is possible.
Yeah, it's possible. You just gotta know how to run the route, know how to race.
Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Mr. Tim Frederick, you got anything for him tonight, man? I know you've been talking trash this week, saying you're going to bring it. You're going to bring it? I don't know. I don't want to hear that. I was looking forward to seeing you up there just getting it.
All I got is better right than I did last night, right? I had up 250.
Yeah, I heard you broke down, truck broke down last night.
Yeah. I wish it broke down on the track.
Well, good luck tonight. Now, hopefully this thing holds together for you and you can get up front.
If it don't, it's going to build the snow.
We already sprayed for mosquitoes tonight, so we don't need you to do that. So it's okay to keep all the way away.
Oh, anyway, they're not already.
All right, man. You've been bad fast since you had that mishap on the front straightaway a few weeks ago and loaded that motor up. This thing's really been bad fast. You got anything for that number 3 tonight?
I don't know. I'm going to try. We'll see what happens.
Anybody want to thank on this 175?
All my sponsors, my dad, my uncle, girlfriend, everyone who helps out.
Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thanks.
Big feature win here. Just won last week, and you think you got 2 in a row in you? Car ran pretty good in the race, though. Good luck tonight, buddy. Kyle, listen, 3 that was a 31 that's now a 3, the Blue Beaver. What's going on, Mr. Grove? You coming from, like always, you got that business face on, like you're ready to just go do some work. Good luck, buddy. Listen, you got anything
Chevrolet opening night for tonight. Compact 15 lappers for the fast feature starting in the final position. Rookie in the division making the fast feature tonight. The Parkway Auto Superstore, Route 39 Auto Salvage, State Farm, Fox Auto Salvage, Industrial Machine number 21. Two feature wins this season. Indeed features from New Philadelphia, Dave Jaber. On the outside of what is row number 5. He didn't get here in time for qualifying. We got here in time for the heat. Looked pretty strong. Now he's got to come from here to the back to the feature. Better driver on a compact division, the Amsoil. Hot body stop. Dennis Bowling, 8-inch clean, stiff nipple speeding, pulling cars to the line from New Philadelphia, West Dennis.
In the 9th starting position, to the low side, his brother. In the Ennis Racing, Swaney Racing, car number 57, 4th place in our standings, having a solid year in 2014. From New Philadelphia, the South Philly Pizza car of Larry Ennis Jr. In our 8th starting position, tonight's top qualifier, driving the backup car, the Trenton Service Tire, Brewhouse, El Pueblito, Mexican Cuisine, South Philly Pizza, JD Byrider, and Wisman Motorsports. Car number 3, 4 feature wins. The points leader from New Philadelphia, Kyle Grove. In the 7th starting position, picked up his first career feature victory a week ago. The Finlayson Towing Kiefer Auto number 15. 7th in our points from Bolivar, Kyle Finlayson. Starting 6th, this car has been bad fast the last couple of weeks. The RB Motors, Happy Valley Trucking, PM Realty. Sponsored number 175 from Dover, Justin Renneker. In the 5th starting spot, driving car number 18, a longtime driver of what was the number 41, the Route 39 Auto Salvage, Leggett's Tires, Sensel Finicum Insurance, car number 18, 5th in the standings entering this night's racing. A good qualifying effort for Barnhill's Tim Frederick. Starting outside of row number 2, the Dr. Gregory E. Kensinger Dentistry, known as Magnify Candles, Minerva Skate Rink, Burwell Service, number 19 from Malvern. 3rd in our points, Clayton Oliver. In the 3rd starting spot. Consistent runs this year have propelled him into the number 2 position in our points. The Mid-Vid Racing Video, Bucky Auto Sales, Dennison Yard, Amber Care, Parkway Auto Group, car number 69, 2-time stock compact champion from Sherrisville, Dan Bucky.
Good luck to him.
Starting in the 2nd spot. She performed her own interview during intermission tonight. The M&D Designs, TNT Television, Senior Ponchos, number 17. She's won a fast feature and a slow feature tonight from Louisville, Lainey Stresky.
Oh, this one, yeah.
And on the pole position, driving the DNA Towing, Pringles Auto Body, car number 75 from New Philadelphia, Chase Beatty.
Yep.
That is your starting field fast feature for the compacts. They put on a great show week in and week out. 3 wide, 2 wide, and even sometimes 4 wide racing, Chris. And next time around, we will go green flag racing.
Let's have a good race, guys.
We're going to go 15 laps in the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division for their A feature tonight. Mid-season championship trophy on the line, a little bigger than their normal trophies, and double points. Very important. If they're racing for points in 2014, this is a chance to pick up some crucial and important points. 75 of Beatty, 17 of Stresky. To the green in turn 4. Chief starter Terry Coletti looks him over. And we're underway at Midvale Speedway. Fast feature, first feature of the night. And we've already got them 3, even 4 wide. Some slight contact with Bucky and Beatty. Up the banking they go. That takes the lane away from the 175 of Renneker. Beatty right in the middle of the track. Which way does he go? He's going to stay right there. They check up. 19 of Oliver. He's going to come to a stop in the outside lane of turn number 3. Caution flag is out. a flat tire. The 175 of Renneker with definite issues as well. Renneker was playing it right. He went to the outside, and I think he's got a left front down. So Renneker going to the pits. And, yes, suspension issues and a flat tire on the 19 of Clayton Oliver. Wrong place at the right time for those drivers. The 18 of Frederick on the outside of row number 2, and will Kyle Grove go to the outside 3 wide and try to make that move on the high side? Here we go, and Bucky does get in there, and he is on the inside going into the first corner. Beatty still closes the door, gave him a little bit of room. Beatty up the banking again, down the back stretch. Bucky on the inside. We've got him 4 wide for a moment. Here comes Kyle Grove, the point leader in the 3. Wes Ennis, the 09, moving up. Beatty slipping back in the bottom lane. Now he's in the middle. Struski leads, second spot is Frederick, third is Grove, and earlier when you were asked the question, how's the compact feature going to play out, this looks like it's going to play out just as you said, Chris. Right now Beatty in the 75 up the track though with problems on the front of that car, going to pull down into the infield, onto the edge of the track, and is doing some circles down there. So interesting cornering down there by Chase Beatty.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to pull down to the infield. We were going to stay under the green.
$14 laps to go. Struski pulling forward again. Frederick leaves the bottom open in the meantime as Grove tries to get there. Kyle Grove pulls alongside Frederick. Frederick up the track. And now Grove's going to look to the outside of Struski. Wes Ennis boxed in right now, the number 4 position. He's going to get to the inside of Bucky. He's there. Bucky tries to close the door, and he succeeds. Side by side for the number 1 position. Kyle Grove on the outside. Wes Ennis, flat right front tire on the 09.
Flat right front on the 09, Adam.
Yellow flag out for the 09 of Wes Ennis, flat right front tire. Wes Ennis got a good run to the inside coming off of 2 underneath Dan Bucky. Bucky closed the door. Contact was made, and Ennis cutting a right front tire. So a tough start to our compact fast feature tonight. These guys many a times go flag to flag. Because they're ready to go green, coming off of 4 next time around. 2 laps complete, 13 laps to go. We have open pits here at Midvale Speedway. It's just if they can get it done. Much like Clayton Oliver got his tire changed, he went a lap down, had a chance to come back out once we went back to a caution. So Ennis is going to hope for another caution right here so they can get back out. Off of turn number 4, Struski and Grove to the stripe, and the green is out. Struski on the inside, Grove on the outside. Kyle Grove, the point leader, the top qualifier. He goes into the number 1 spot. Struski in second. Battle for third between Bucky and Frederick. Bucky holding on to third for the completion of lap number 3. Struski pushes up high on the banking in turn 2. Opens up the bottom lane momentarily, but Bucky wasn't close enough to get there. So Frederick and Bucky continue to go at it for third. Frederick takes third at the line, this time from Dan Bucky. Right now boxed in is last week's feature winner, Kyle Finlayson. Ennis in the 57 there as well. 21 car of Jayberg running by himself, the rookie. as Grove leads the way, sets the pace. Just in a cruise out at the front of the pack as the drivers battle second, third, fourth, and fifth, all in the same pack, battling for the runner-up spot. 6 in, 9 to go this time for Grove. Dan Bucky currently looks for an opening. Stresky and Frederick side by side for second. Finlayson might go to the outside. Finlayson might go to the outside if the chance arises. Here comes Ennis in the 57, makes it a battle for the number 5 spot. Ennis has the tire change but needs a yellow to get back out. They don't send him out during green. We are halfway, 8 laps in, 7 laps to go. Grove cruising, in fact. The field closing on him on the backstretch. Stresky, tire smoke coming off the right front of that car. As the car pushes a little bit on exit of the turn. It was 6 to go that time. We'll see 5 to go this time by mid-season championship for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division, and Kyle Grove leads the way. Stresky really putting a lot of stress on that right front tire. Stresky and Frederick second and third. Bucky running in the 4 spot. Frederick running, make it Finlayson now running 5th in the tire tracks of Frederick. 4 to go. It'll be 3 to go this time for the number 3 of Kyle Grove. Just cruising at the front of the field, and that battle continues. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all in a battle basically since the start of this race, since we've gone back to green. One-man show at the front of the field, though. Now Frederick has cleared Stresky for 2nd. Frederick should have an easy runner-up finish in this race. 2 to go. Frederick was worried about the engine blowing crisp, but right now that thing's running strong. A 3-car of Grove leading the way. They're coming to the white flag. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 14 complete. Coming off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, the 3 of Kyle Grove has Frederick right there, but Frederick runs out of time as this race comes to an end. Frederick finishes 2nd. Again, there you have Grove getting out front like that. It's been a couple weeks since he's been able to do just that. But the rest of the field, good battles. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all in the same pack. So Grove takes the Polish victory lap. I think it might be the first time that he's won in that car, Chris, am I right? I know he's won in the other car 4 times, I think, but I think this is the first time he's won in this one.
Yeah, I think that might be the first time he's got a victory in the backup car. Although Kyle Rector did win in it earlier in that 40-lapper.
He might have picked up 1 in it. He's won a lot of races this year. They've had 5 now. Kyle Grove has. Rector picked up 1. El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine, Grove Home Medical, CNAC Finance, JD Byrider Racing, Affordable Towing, Greg's Recovery. I think I've covered about all of them. Your winner, Kyle Grove. Kyle, congratulations. Win number 5. Chris and I were talking. I can't remember. Did you pick up a win in this car this year, or was it all in your black car so far?
Yeah, I picked up 1 in this, and Rector did too.
And I knew you had 4 total, now 5 total. This car has been faster than your car the last few weeks, and you said the thing just would not turn today in hot laps. That's why you went to the backup.
Yeah, it wouldn't turn. I had Elkins run it in the heat race, see if he knew what was wrong with it, and I don't know.
What'd he say?
Something with the brake calipers. We'll check it out this week.
Some people you want to thank tonight.
Yeah, all my sponsors. I want to definitely give a huge thank to my brother, Rector, and my dad for helping me out this week with this thing.
Your winner tonight, the 2014 Compact Mid-Season Champion, Kyle Grove. Give up their engine for the price. So the win was taken away, and Tim Frederick becomes the winner. Chris?
I'll let Mr. Bailey get his photo here real quick. But Timmy in Victory Lane. Hey, you said you talked to Trash. I talked to you earlier, and you found Victory Lane one way or another.
Yeah. It looked like I was dirt tracking, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun, and the thing held together for you. You didn't have to mosquito spray tonight.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't go dirt tracking last night, so I figured, what the hell do I here?
Congratulations, man. Anybody you want to thank on this thing tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank my girlfriend for putting up with my ass.
Yeah, because you got one on the way. She got one in the oven.
Oh, yeah. That, and I didn't really work on it all week. It just sat there.
Well, good job, man.
Thanks.
Tim Frederick in Victory Lane in your compact division with a bun in the oven.
All right, before us we have the 2014 Mid-Season Championship drivers for the JD Byrider Street Stock Division. We're going to go with a starting lineup, and we'll go with a final spot. And the reason this car is starting in the final position, well, because the driver behind the wheel wasn't the driver behind the wheel earlier in the night. It's the American Thunder, Springfield Lake Roller Rink, Tony's Painting, the Bank Lounge, and Baker Performance car, normally driven by a very talented young driver in Austin Harvey. Tonight, wheeling the car number 112, Steve Mowry. On the outside of our next row forward, the 77 said we hope they got it fixed. Well, it looks like they've got it out here and ready to go, trying to collect double points tonight for mid-season championships. The New Cumberland driver, the R.G. Smith & Company Classic Car Creation, Summerdale Inn, the Linden Tree, Talati Pipe, and Bucky Mowing, the sponsors. A few different drivers, Wheel It, Todd Miller, Jeremiah Hartline, and tonight it is Josh Moss. On the inside in car number 39. One of 2 drivers in the Lewis family, the Lewis Labradors, which they now have 12 Labrador puppies for sale at Lewis Labradors. Allstate, rent-to-own, Maslin Machine, and Tango and Gotti Roofing, number 39 from New Philadelphia. It is Brian Lewis Sr. His son on the outside of the next row forward, it is the Lewis Labradors, Allstate, rent-to-own, Maslin Machine, and Tango and Gotti Roofing, 93 from New Philadelphia, Brian Lewis Jr. On the inside lane, in the Henry Beers Company, Country Bees Heating and Cooling, Parfab Graphics, Dunlap Family Shine, and Accurate Boring, number 80 from Springfield Township, Ohio, Robbie Patterson. To the outside of row number 4, starting in the 8th position, the Downtown Auto Sanctuary Church of God, Passwaters Racing, Lawrence Diner, 75 from Waynesburg, a veteran driver in the division, Bob Passwaters Sr. In the 7th starting spot is your top qualifier, a 3-time feature winner this season. Chris talked to him moments ago. The Selway Heating and Cooling, Canton Floors, Stewart Flooring, Impact Photography, number 62. 3rd in our current standings from Waynesburg, it is Rick Elkins Jr. In the 6th starting spot, the Automotive Electric, Right Price Motors, Cater for You, Carpenter Asphalt, car number 41 from Barberton. 5th in our standings, so close to a feature win just a couple of weeks ago, finished a close 2nd. It is Dennis Wood. In the 5th starting spot, 3-time track champion in this division, the Words of Life Church, Wisman Motorsports, Riddle Trucking. Number 49 from Canton, also sponsored by Reed's Contracting, the veteran Teddy Oliver. In the 4th starting position, in car number 68, runner-up in our current standings, one feature win this season, Shelby Sweets and Treats, Chalmers Team, Remax Tradition, Selway Heating and Cooling, and Hoops Auto Body, number 68. Again, he is our points runner-up, Gary Hoopengarner. On the inside, our current point leader, the Canton Car Connection, Papa P's Auto, Twins Auto Sales, Shelby Sweets and Treats, and Finish Line Design, number 6. Also leads the mini truck standings. He was the 01 Pure Stock Champion from Canton, Ohio, Mike Martin. And our front row starters on the outside of row number 1, driving car number 74 from Waynesburg, the Passwaters Racing Downtown Auto Lawrence Diner car. From Waynesburg, 8th in our standings, Bob Passwaters Jr. And on the pole, he was involved in that exciting 2-car heat earlier with Passwaters Sr. He wheeled the thing. And the number 28 from New Philadelphia, the Bucky Mowing Mallet Energy Green Gas car, 6th in our points, Waylon Orr. That is your starting field. 20 laps, mid-season championships brought to you by Classic Cars and Credit.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, Street Stalkers pulling away from the starting grid on the front straightaway. Waylon Orr, Bob Passwaters Jr., Mike Martin, and maybe Gary Hoopengarner. Front 2 rows.
Waylon Orr in the 28 car, Bob Passwaters Jr. in the 74 on the outside, Mike Martin in the 6, and Gary Hoopengarner in the 68 in row 2, Teddy Oliver, Dennis Wood in row 3, and our top qualifier, Rick Elkins Jr., the 7 invert, starts 7th. Green coming out of 4 for Orr and Passwaters. We are underway. Into 1 and 2 we go. It's Waylon Orr in the number 28 car going into the lead. Moving into the second spot, the 6 car of Mike Martin. Teddy Oliver staying on the inside of Gary Hoopengarner. Back goes the 74 of Passwaters. Got caught up in the 3rd lane. He's in a bad position on the raceway right now. But for the lead, Mike Martin, point leader, going for the top spot with Waylon Orr. Martin, half-car length advantage. Waylon Orr fighting back. We've got Teddy Oliver riding the bottom lane, trying to move forward. Hoopengarner's moving up in the 68. You know, Gary Hoopengarner was pretty strong a week ago. Oliver locks up the brakes heading into the first corner. Slid up, really hurt the momentum of the 41 car. And now he locks up the tires again heading into turn 3. Oliver still trying to get the bugs out of that car. He's struggled with it over the first 3 appearances this season. On the move now is Rick Elkins Jr. Fastest car in the division, the 62, is up to the number 3 position. Hoopengarner closing on Martin. Martin leads, but Elkins also coming forward. Brian Lewis Jr. in the 93 car heading to the pits. Lewis to the pits in the 93. Now Dennis Wood, another one of our front runners, week in and week out, top 5 in our standings, going to move into the number 4 spot as Dennis Wood, the driver from Barberton, a longtime contender. The Barberton Speedway has moved into the 4th position. Elkins to the bottom of Hoopengarner for 2nd. Got a great run coming off a 2. Great forward bite. Elkins trying to avoid contact with Hoopengarner. Gets on the bumps a little bit and does move into 2nd. So Elkins to 2nd. Hoopengarner running 3rd. Dennis Wood now going to try to take 3rd away. Move into a podium spot. Good clean racing so far in our street stock division. Hoopengarner not quite closing the door on Wood. Wood is in there and going for 3rd. Oh, and contact made. Wood and Hoopengarner get together going into the first corner. Side by side, good racing so far in this one, and Martin will try to hold off Elkins. He's been able to do it at points this season, but I think right now Elkins has the advantage. Car shoves up, though, coming off of 4. Gives up a little bit of ground, but still pulls forward, and going into the lead will be Elkins. Dennis Wood in the 41 car with a tough break racing deal going into the first corner. I think Hoopengarner and he were both going for the same piece of real estate, and Wood's trying to work his way back through the field right now. Wood picks up a few spots, ready to pick up another. Elkins, Martin, Oliver, first, second, third. Fourth place is Hoopengarner. Fifth, the 28 of Orr. Next time around, it will be halfway as Hoopengarner working for the health department once again this week. Just a little plume of smoke comes out of his car. Late exit on the corner. Teddy Oliver for the number 2 position has closed on Mike Martin. And Dennis Wood now are ready to race with Waylon Orr. Dennis Wood goes to the outside. Outside of Waylon Orr is Dennis Wood in a battle for the 5th position. Nice rally by Dennis Wood. Wood strong through 1 and 2. Car on a rail. And he's going to move up into the number 5 spot. So Dennis Wood up to 5th. He's going to catch Hoopengarner, who he and Hoopengarner made the contact a little while ago. 12 laps in the books. Going to be 7 laps to go. Oh, Brian Lewis Sr. really sideways as he moves over for the slower traffic. Or for the faster traffic, the lead lap cars, moving by the 39 of Lewis. Oliver right there with Martin for the 2nd position. 6 to go at the line, 5 next time. Good, clean racing action other than our one little caution between the 2 cars, getting ready to battle it out again for the 4th spot. Dennis Wood has caught Gary Hoopengarner. Hoopengarner trying to hold off the 41 of Wood, but Wood's going to get under him coming off of turn 2 just as the caution comes out. Bob Passwater Sr. Passwater Sr. with problems on the 75 on the front stretch, going to need a tow truck, I believe. 14 laps in, 6 laps to go, and .62 of Elkins, 6 of Martin. Green flag, turn number 4. 6 from the finish. Elkins and Martin bring him in. We're underway. See if Oliver can get to the inside of Martin for the 2nd position. It'll be 5 laps to go this time at the line. Martin's going to be able to close the door. Martin a little bit of contact with Elkins. Oliver looks for an opening again. Not there. And Dennis Wood moving into the 4th spot. So Dennis Wood up to 4th. Now we'll try to set his sights on Oliver. Can he move up any further? This is where he was, just about where he was when he and Hoopengarner made contact earlier. 4 to go as Wood tries to continue his move forward from all the way at the back of the field. Elkins pulling away from Martin and the rest of the competitors. 3 to go. Here comes Wood to the inside of Oliver. Got the lane on the inside of Oliver going into the corner. Oliver's going to close the door. He was just about up to the door. Couldn't quite get it in there. Very close, though, and sportsmanlike driving by Wood to keep him in the right direction. Checks up. White flag coming up for Elkins. Looking for his 4th feature win of the season, Elkins in the 62. Elkins by himself, several car length lead on Martin. Wood trying to set up Oliver again, can't quite get there, does get a little run to the inside. Oliver able to close the door. They come to the checkered off of turn number 4. Elkins wins. 2nd spot to Martin, 3rd to Oliver, 4th to Wood. Great run for Wood and coming back through the field. 68 of Hoopengarner 5th, 6th the 28 car of Orr, 7th the 112 of Mowry, 8th the 77 of Moss, and 9th the 74 Pass Waters. Good news is there, Chris. These guys, the street stocks run on Thursday night. We had a good field tonight. Really didn't tear much up there. Had a couple minor mishaps, and hopefully all of them will be back on Thursday night to put on a good show in front of a jam-packed audience here on main event night.
Yeah, they've been putting on a good show all year long.
Absolutely, and some people have said it's the best racing all night long on most nights, and yes, it has been for a good number of features. They have put on a great show. Good run for Teddy Oliver in the 49. Canton Floors, Stewart Flooring, Impact Photography, Selway Heating and Cooling, number 62, claiming his 4th feature win of 2014. Let's hear it for Rick Elkins Jr. Rick gets asked the question, why did it take you that long to pick up your 4th feature win there? Car owner Adam Stewart kind of giving it to you here in Victory Lane, but things pretty good, and I think why it takes that long is these cars all on kind of the same engine package and very competitive, and some pretty good race car drivers in the class.
Yeah, first of all, before I say anything, I want to say thanks to my favorite fan that calls me a cheater every week. I love it. Thank you.
Now, the car, good. Obviously, it was good tonight. You were able to get around Martin there early on. You had some problems earlier this season getting around him. He was maybe a tick off tonight, made it a little bit easier for you, but the second groove seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, we were struggling there the 2 weeks he beat us. I give it to him. He beat us clean, but he tries to hog up coming out of 2 every lap, and it probably would have been a lot harder if it wasn't for that restart.
Yeah, the restart does make it easier while you're already beside them instead of trying to get a run on them.
Yeah, but car's hooked up. I hope to be back Victory Lane next week, and that thing drives so easy. It's so smooth. It's fun, though.
Good job.
Thank you.
Rick Elkins Jr. wins another. It's his 4th of the 2014 season. Coming up next, we've got our McIntosh Oil Company late model feature.
And one of the guys who normally would be in that McIntosh Oil Company late model feature on mid-season night is going to be in a modified. So tell me, we were talking a little bit earlier, you said that, that modified. I might have just ran out of battery power. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. Yeah.
Oh, do you need my microphone? Did your microphone run out of battery? Oh, do you have backup batteries here? Here, I'll let you use mine. Go ahead.
Okay, so you said that number 7's coming around a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we've been working with it the last couple of weeks, and we got it going pretty good. These cars are so close. It's a lot of fun to race, but it's really tough to pass. You got to try to make some moves on restarts and hope there's a couple of restarts, because as close as we all are, I think like the top 13 cars are all within 2/10 of each other. It's really hard to get around the guy in front of you. So you just got to try to make the moves on the restart and hope for a couple cautions.
So the lingering question is are we going to see you Thursday night?
Yes, we brought the car home from Angola in one piece. Very, very little damage. So we decided just to leave it in the garage because it was already set up for the main event series. We come down, tested a little bit last night. Car's pretty good. We had a little carburetor issue, and we broke a header the last session, so we got a new set of headers on the way, and we're going to take the carburetor over to Dreams Monday morning, have them go through it, and hopefully it'll be all good to go. I was happy with the lap times we were running last night. We were on old tires, so I think once we put new tires on, we'll be in contention. I don't know if we're going to be fastest qualifier or anything, but it'll. If I have any kind of chance at a main event race, this would be the best place to do it.
Well, you had a good run up there. You know, you qualified middle of the pack, decent, and ran good all night. Stayed out of trouble, like you said. It's going to be special to start a main event race down here, though.
Yeah, I've always looked forward to trying it. Me and Colton were just talking over the week, and I figured out I probably ran approximately 10,000 laps around this track with practice and racing and everything. So I know this track pretty well. So I'm pretty excited to try it out. The car, it seems like a different animal when you're driving it with a 4-barrel on and a little bit of weight out and the Hoosiers on. It was a little harder to control than a regular late model on a Saturday night, but it was a lot of fun. I can't wait to try it out on Thursday.
Well, good luck on Thursday. Good luck tonight in the mod.
Thank you.
Bubba Smith.
Taken for the 4th time in this division. He's got 5 of them. 9 total feature wins this year for Mike Martin. That's a lot of wins first half of the season. 2 different divisions. So Mike could get his photo taken. And we're going to move into our economy modifieds. Mike, you get the win tonight. Not the way you like to get one. You want to race to the victory, I'm sure.
Yeah, I feel bad for Elkins for having that, but I guess a win's a win, I guess.
Take the win. You got the car, the different engine. You don't like Vince's engine as well as yours. His a little more worn out than yours?
Yeah, I think so. It's coming out this week.
There you go. Mike Martin picks up the victory tonight in the street stock division. Time now for the starting lineup, the mid-season championship race for the McIntosh Oil Company late models. It is brought to you by Classic Cars and Credit in Canton. Starting in the final spot, driving the Earl's Limo Service, Tri-County Coin Amusements, number 31, veteran racer from Canton, Ohio, making his first appearance of the year in the late model this season. Welcome, Tom Early. Starting on the inside in car number 6, another veteran racer, a former top-notch runner at the Barberton Speedway, the Riddle Trucking. Dippers Race Shop, number 6. He calls New Franklin, Ohio home, sits 5th in our standings, Larry Baker. On the outside of row number 5, driving car number 3, the Logan Machine Milestone Services car, a veteran driver and also a former regular at Barberton Speedway. It is Dave Martin. On the inside lane, driving the Medina Mountain Motors Valley Ford Truck, sponsored number 8 from Wellington, Ohio, Rick Grudier. On to our top qualifier and defending track champion in the late model division, the Canton Auto Salvage, Canton Auto Sales, Finish Line Designs, and Freedom Auto Finance, number 1 from Canton, Ohio, 9th in our standings on a part-time basis. It is Brian Smith. On the inside lane, our second fast qualifier. He starts in the 7th position. Won the late model feature a week ago. The Rosenberry Towing Flight Test number 2 from New Philadelphia. 4th in the standings on a part-time basis. 2 wins this season for Alex Rosenberry. To our third row, starting in the 6th position. The points runner-up right now, the Landstar by Jeff Seacrest, Gathering Place, Allen's Tire, Guest Motors, McBride's, and Cottrell & Sons Plumbing Car from Denison, Bob Schneider Jr. Starting 5th, the A1 Auto and Spring DJs, Auto Upholstery, Route 39 Auto Salvage, Center Party Rental number 22, current points leader looking for his 8th Midvale Championship. From Clinton, Ohio, the veteran Mike Miller. In the 4th starting spot, his second appearance of the 2014 season at Midvale, the Claiborne Auto Stores, GNR Auto Care, Friend Family Investments car. It's not the King, but it is Brimfield, Ohio's Roger Smith. In the 3rd starting spot, led a lot of laps in a feature earlier this year, it's the Hall of Recycling, Shakers Auto Recycling car. Part-time competitor here at Midvale, part-time main event racing series competitor. He has late model wins to his credit at Barberton in the past. From Clinton, Ohio, Mike Mazzagatti. On the front row, starting second-year late model racer. The Dennison T-shirt graphics, Thompson Electric, Sunshine, signs and decals, Van Meters Auto, Frontier Equipment. Number 4 from New Philadelphia, Matthew Mills. And your pole sitter for the event, filling in for Ron Kirkpatrick tonight, the Absolute Machine, Amsoil number 23, a rookie in a late model division, longtime competitor here in Sport Stocks and Detroit Iron. From Dover, Joe Leinard. Ladies and gentlemen, your starting field for this 30-lap feature event, the McIntosh Oil Company late models on the raceway. Ready to go racing. Final race for the late models in about a week and a half. The super late models will be here this Thursday night. Miller starts ahead of him this week, though. That's a little bit different than what we've had recently. 30 laps the distance, all brought to you by Classic Cars and Credit, Hillsendale in Canton, Ohio. Bringing you tonight's mid-season championships. Feature number 3, ready to go. Joe Leinard, Matthew Mills. Watches Rosenberry and Smith, as well as Miller, try to get from about row 3 and 4. We're ready for green. It is out. We're underway. 30 laps. And our late model feature tonight at Midvale Speedway. Mills looking good in the outside lane. He spent a lot of time out there a week or two ago. He's trying to get better, and I think it was last week he started to move up a little bit before getting shuffled back when a car went high, and Mills is going to lead lap 1. Leinard got sideways on the first lap. So Mills out front. Second spot is Leinard.
31, go to the infield.
Tom Early takes his 31 ride into the infield. Problems for Tom Early. Leading is Mills. Second is Leinard. Third, Mazzagatti. Battle for fourth, Mike Miller, point leader. Moving up on the inside of Roger Smith. Smith on the high lane, Miller on the inside lane. Rosenberry going to move up as well. Looks like Rosenberry and Smith, after their damage with one another in the heat race earlier, both cars seem to be running fine. Bryant Smith now working on the 43 car of Smith. Rosenberry has moved into the 5th spot. Smith trying to take 6th. He does at the line. Smith locks up the brakes a little bit, slid it sideways going into the first corner. Bob Schneider Jr. to the inside. Rosenberry has caught Mike Miller now for the number 4 position. One thing that Matthew Mills wants to see right now, Chris Cale, is this race stay green. If it stays green, he's got a legitimate shot. Rosenberry, I think, may have just sprung a leak. Possibly. Yes, he did. Rosenberry in the 2 has sprung a leak. 2 of Rosenberry. Rosenberry leaking fluid on the raceway. Rosenberry in the 2. You could see Rosenberry started sliding around. He sprung a leak somewhere, and he had power steering issues earlier. You could see him sliding it a little bit, Chris. He heads to the pits. Looked like it was on the free side. Rosenberry's going to come back out, maybe try to run this. I would guess power steering. If you hear what it was for sure over there, Chris, let me know.
Yeah, I did just talk to him, and they said it was a power steering hose that blew. He said the fluid should be gone now. So
yeah, so there you go. He's going to try to wheel this thing without power steering. So Alex Rosenberry back out, going to try to wheel it without power steering. He should be done leaking, I would think. Started to build his lead. 6 complete. 24 to go. Coming off of turn number 4, Mills and Leinard will bring him to green. We are back underway in this late model feature. Good restart for Mills. Can Mazzagatti get to the inside of Leinard? He will. Leinard caught in the 2nd lane. Bryant Smith going to get to the inside of Leinard for 3rd. Smith has now picked up a spot from Miller. That's important for Smith. Seven laps into the books. Smith up to 3rd, Miller up to 4th. Rosenberry starting to work his way back through the field. He gets to the bottom of Schneider. Mills trying to pull away, build himself up a lead before Smith and Miller get there. Mills going to have to drive the wheels off of that number 4 car to stay ahead of that fast group of cars. And Mills has put down some qualifying laps at times that have been as good as some of the other competitors. Two-car of Rosenberry trying to work his way forward in the second lane. Just a little bit of smoke coming out middle of the corners. Not much, not as much as it was when it first let go. 11 laps in. 11 laps in. Rosenberry pulling alongside the 43 of Smith. Arms will probably be a little bit tired at the end of this one. Leading the way, though, is Mills. Second, Mazzagatti. Third is Smith. Fourth is Miller. Single file formation. Closing on the halfway mark of the race. 13 laps in this time. 2 until halfway. Mazzagatti starting to slip and slide a little bit in the second spot, fighting a free condition on exit of the corners. Smith has caught him. Brian Smith has caught Mazzagatti. Rick Grudier in the number 8 car telling the field to go underneath him on the front stretch. Smith trying to set up a bottom lane run coming off of 2, and he does. He gets up to the inside of Mazzagatti for the position. Mazzagatti closes the door again. Mazzagatti had Brian Smith to the inside, and Mazzagatti closed the door again. Mazzagatti started to fight a free handling condition on the exit of the corners. Smith on the outside, Mills on the inside. Mills in the 4. Trying to win his first late model feature. Smith trying to win his third of the year. The green is out. Good start for both as they head into the first corner. Mills, the advantage right now. Mills holds him off so far. Smith in the outside lane trying to fight back. Miller, will he take advantage of the inside groove and try to get around Smith? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Mills going to hold him off for the time being. Mills leads, Smith in second, Miller in third, fourth is Rosenberry. He's rallied all the way from the back of the field after a pit stop to check that fluid leak. It was coming from the power steering, and he's been able to rally up to the 4th position. Mills has him covered tonight if this race stays green, I think. He's running a great race. Looking for his first career big car feature win at Midvale Speedway, former kart competitor. Ran in the modifieds for a year, moved up to late models last season. Pretty strong, but didn't win a feature. Didn't win a feature so far this year, but has been getting better each week, and right now that car is hooked up. Holding off Brian Smith, we are past the halfway mark. Knows that Bryant can't get him on the outside, got to protect the bottom, doesn't want to make any mistakes, but Smith is going to again try in the second lane. Goes back to the bottom, looks to the inside on the front stretch. Mills protects low, the pressure is there. Mills is being hounded for the number 1 spot. Second, third, and fourth, bunching up right behind him. 10 laps to go this time, 20 complete for Matthew Mills, Bryant Smith, Mike Miller, Alex Rosenberry, and Joe Leinard. Mills, as long as he protects that bottom on the exit, that's where Bryant's best runs come. 43 of Smith drops off the pace, sound like an engine miss on the front stretch. Grudier in the 8 car moving over for the lead pack. Smith trying to set up that bottom lane run again. Mills protects it nicely, coming off a 2. 8 laps to go, 22 laps in. Smith makes another run to the outside of Mills. Brian Smith going to give it another try in the second lane. Mills giving him a lot of room now. Smith on the outside, Mills on the inside. We've got 7 more laps to go. Here comes Mike Miller now to the inside of Smith for the number 2 spot. Rosenberry, bird's eye view of the top 3 battle in front of him, waiting for an opening. 6 to go for Mills. Smith not giving up yet. Still wheeling the car. Mazzagatti also working against Schneider, trying to get by him. He does down in turns 1 and 2. Schneider gives him room. Baker also squeezes through. Mills leads, 5 to go. Matthew Mills with 5 to go. Smith, Miller, Rosenberry. All they want an opening. Mills holding a pretty wheel right now. Hasn't blundered. Holding a very nice wheel. Great lane. Front of the pack. It's on a rail. 4 to go. Smith, though, won't give up. He wants to win. Part-time competitor this season. They didn't want to run for points, so he wants to win everything he can possibly, just like Rosenberry in the 2. Miller and Mills both points racing a little. Smith all over him again. Goes to the high side, going into 1. Dave Martin down the back stretch. Looks like he explodes something. Track looked clean on the back straightaway. We keep green. 2 laps to go. Final 2 laps for Mills, Smith, Miller, and Rosenberry. Mills pushed up a little bit. Here comes Smith to the inside. Smith to the inside of Mills. Mills slams the door shut. Smith checks up for him. White to go. 1 is out. Final lap, down to a half a lap this time. Smith another run at Mills. Checks up a little bit heading into the 3rd corner. Field bunching up. Mills trying to stay in the seat. Comes to the checkered. Mills wins his first career feature. Miller just holds off Rosenberry for 3rd as this one comes to an end. As Matthew Mills in the number 4 picking up his first victory.
Somehow or another, Rosenberry and Mills got together, but not really sure.
Going to take his first trip around with the checkered. Denison T-shirt graphics, Thompson Electric, Frontier Rental, Mills Motorsports number 4. Going to turn it around and go the opposite way.
I'd say this is a fan favorite win for the young man.
He deserves it. He's been racing now. This is his 3rd year. It's been a hard, long road to get the car fast, and to be able to hold off Smith, Rosenberry, Miller, those are 3 really fast cars right there, and Mills is just really starting to come into his own a little bit.
Well, like I said, he drove it in just hard enough when Bryant had a couple runs at him. What a great
Brian
job
had him the one time, and he said, you know what, I'm going to take my chance. I'm going to close the door.
And he
Brian
did.
checked up for him, and it worked out nicely for Mills.
What a great late model feature.
Yeah. Van Meter's Auto Repair, Finish Line Fabricating Race Cars, Frontier Equipment, some of the sponsors on this, as well as I mentioned earlier, Thompson Electric and Denison T-shirt graphics.
Family in victory lane here as Matthew's collecting his thoughts. There he comes out of the car. Let him hear you, fans.
Your winner, Matthew Mills.
Need no Carl Edwards backflips, Millsy.
He was just making sure he could stand on the side of the car first. Well, Matt, congratulations. First career feature victory. This car was pretty good. I noticed a couple weeks ago, might have been last week, might have been the week before, you had it in the outside lane and were actually starting to make your way a little bit forward, and then a car pushed high on you, it shuffled you back, you lost a few positions. But you might have learned something that night, that you can run in the outside lane, you can let the car drift, and it really, really runs well. And tonight, the car was hooked up.
Yeah, the car, we've been struggling all year with just getting the car to finally rotate. It, you know, we were just getting better and better. Today we had car problems, and thanks to Kevin McClintock that helped us out with that. And car ran great in the feature, handled great, had great power.
You started up front on the outside of Leinard. You had a good start. You got out front early. Second place is not a bad place to start on the opening start. The race was green. You were pulling away. Then you have a caution. Then you've got Bryant Smith. You've got Mike Miller. You've got Alex Rosenberry all right behind you. You know they're bad fast. You have to compete with them every week. Did you think, I'm going to be able to hold them off? Did you think, I just got to drive this for what it's worth and protect the inside lane?
As soon as we started the race, I knew I had a great starting position, and as soon as I got to the bottom, I knew what I had to do. Keep my eye up in that mirror and just kind of watch where they go. Not really blocking, but just kind of run a smart line around the place, and it turned out well. Bryant was really fast. It was fun to battle with him, and I look forward to battling with him in the future. That was fun.
Have some people you want to thank to get you here, your first victory tonight.
For sure, got to thank Mom and Dad, my girlfriend coming out, our Donnie and Brenda Herlicka, Kevin McClintock, Randy Smart, all of our sponsors, Dennis T-Shirt Graphics, Thompson Electric, Frontier Tool and Equipment Rental, Quest. And yeah, just thanks to everybody. Thanks for Randy and Sue Smith for having us a great place to race.
Your winner, New Philadelphia high school student, teenage driver, Matthew Mills. Winner of the 50-50 tonight was Darrell Toole. Congratulations to Darrell Toole, taking home $700 for the 50-50 that was put on by the organization here tonight.
Victory lane celebration continuing for Matthew Mills' first career late model victory at Midvale Speedway. Just an outstanding race between him and Bryant Smith, Mike Miller, Alex Rosenberry coming from the back of the pack with his power steering issues. What a great midseason championship feature in our late model division. Great midseason championship features all the way around.
Position. A lot of times you see Kyler Bertram behind the wheel. Tonight, his father going to wheel it in the feature. The Tony Newman Roofing, Bond Heating and Cooling, Lakes Auto Recycling 155. Couple of feature wins for the truck this season from Springfield Township, Ohio, John Bertram. In the second row on the outside lane, the Canton Car Connection, Papa P's Auto, Twins Auto Sales, Shelby Sweets and Treats, and Finish Line Design, number 5, the current points leader in the class with 5 feature wins. Also in the pure stocks is leading the points, Canton's Mike Martin. Starting in the third position, it is the Doggone Trucking, M&D Designs, number 32, runner-up in the standings. Barnhill driver, improved with this truck this season, Keith Anderson. Our front row starters, the Swamp Rat Motorsports, number 13 from Lakemore, Ohio, 4th in our standings, just a part-time basis, but runs pretty well when he is here. It's Bruce George. And your pole sitter, he's turned 2,967 laps at the Speedway this year, counting Friday night practices. He drives the Huff Concrete, B&T Trucking, number 72 from East Sparta, rookie contender, 3rd in the standings, Derek Cordia.
I didn't know what he looked like without a helmet and glasses on.
There's your starting field for our mini trucks.
Derek Cordia, Bruce George will bring him into green. Green flag is in the air from chief starter Terry
Green
Coletti.
flag is out. Sorry, Chris. Green flag is out as they race into the first corner. Cordia slips back a little bit, and Mike Martin goes into the lead. Mike Martin into the number 1 spot. Bruce George holding on to second. Here comes John Bertram. And the 155, the 72 of Cordy, is going to spin it out. Stayed in the gas for a moment and loops it around. So we've got a caution. Green flag coming off of 4. Terry Coletti looks him over. Bruce George and Keith Anderson. And we've got him 4 wide. Nice move by John Bertram. The 3 on the bottom make contact. Oh, Martin and Bertram make some contact. Martin flat right front tire on the 5. I believe. Your leader, John Bertram, in the 155, made a nice move at the start of the race. Martin does have a flat right front. He's going to continue on, and he's going to head toward the pits, I believe. And so does George in the 13. I will say sportsmanlike driving by Bruce George and Mike Martin to go pit side without bringing out a yellow. Appreciate him for that. We've completed 2 laps. Bertram leads. Anderson is second. John Bertram leads the way with Keith Anderson running in the second spot. As I think you see some of the first laps or the wild laps in these mini truck races, Chris. The drivers know they got to get out front. It's either going to be the 155 or the 5, and Bertram made the nice move in the 4th groove here tonight.
Yeah, 4 wide on the front straightaway going into turn number 1. Pretty exciting stuff. Bertram cruising out there right now.
We're at the halfway point of the race. We have 6 laps to go. To be 5 to go this time for Bertram.
Bertram definitely not pulling away from Anderson in that 32. I think that bottle up that he had with Bruce George off the start really cost him a lot of momentum, and that's probably your difference in the lead that Bertram has right now.
Keith Anderson's improved on that truck a little bit, but man, the 155 and the 5 are just wicked fast. And they were the 2 trucks that were very fast at Barberton a season ago, or 2 seasons ago, and really kind of dominated the action. We've completed 10 laps, down to our final couple of laps. White flag is out, 1 to go. Checkered flag is out, and John Bertram gets his first win of the season. Finishing second will be Keith Anderson in the 32. Down to our final 2 races of the night, Chris. We got the modifieds lined up over there. Man, what a field of modifieds we've had most nights this season. I think only once did we drop under about 17 or 18. And tonight we've got 20 of them, I think, scheduled to start the feature for the mid-season championship.
Yeah, it's always an exciting division. Ever since we brought that division back a couple years ago, man, it's been an exciting each and every week, and just about anybody in that field can win this race, so should be another exciting feature coming up next.
Lakes Auto Recycling, Tony Newman Roofing, number 155 in victory lane for a third time this season. First time for John picking up the win, John Bertram. John, congratulations on the win in the trucks. You and Mike Martin, the 5 and the 155, usually Kyler's in this one, but it's just a matter of who gets out front first because you guys both turn pretty equal laps. Both are very fast trucks. So then you try to set it up. If you're on the outside lane, you try to go 4 wide to the outside. If you're on the inside, you try to go to the bottom. And we're outside work tonight.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think between me and him, whoever gets out there first is going to pull off the W. He's fast. The 32 truck, he's came a long way. Got to take your hat off to him. Bruce George, I wish there was a lot more trucks here. We enjoy it. It's fun. And I guess we won tonight, so it's all good.
It's all good. Congratulations. People you want to thank?
Oh, Bond Heating, Cooling, Lakes Auto Recycling, Tony Newman Roofing, my dad, my wife, everybody. There's a lot that goes into this.
You were thinking tonight, it's my turn to drive, son? Is that what it is?
Well, not really. There was a few things pit side that was said, and I don't want to discuss that right now, but I jumped my old bleep in here for a reason.
There you go. John Bertram picks up the win tonight in the mini truck feature.
Thinking, you know, I even told Adam before the restart, man, the Ford does not want to see that purple and yellow number 1 on the outside of him. And I think everybody expected you to go into the lead, at least by the back straightaway, turn 3 maybe. And when he took the lead, everybody was like, wow.
Yeah, like I said, I thought I had the Mazzagatti pretty good. I got on there a few times and let out, but that time I thought I was in there pretty far. And I mean, you guys made the call, so I didn't see the video, so I don't know how close I was.
I didn't.
Well,
don't say you guys, because I didn't.
Well, you officials. I don't know which one exactly.
Them officials.
Yeah, you guys, whoever you are. But, yeah, it must have knocked the toe in or something, because the car wasn't horrible, obviously, but it lost that center turn, you know. In the center of the corner, I can put that car wherever I want it to go usually, and I lost that. You know, I had to work the whole corner, and it made it tough.
Well, you did a great job. You guys put on a great show once again. It was nice to see. I'm not going to say anything bad about you because, you know, we're friends. But it's good to see. It's good to see a young gun, an up-and-coming kid who really struggled at times get into victory lane finally. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and for him, I mean, what a better night than tonight to win. I mean, it's a big night. It's a big trophy. I mean, this is one of these things, you know, 40, 50 years from now, he's going to remember this race. And I mean, I gave him a good run, and I mean, I didn't take it easy on him. I gave him everything I had, and at the end of the race, I wasn't really looking to pass him. My car was overheating. I was just looking for clean air. I mean, I was ducking high and low, but I mean, I was just putting some pressure, hoping he'd screw up, and he did a little bit a few times, but not really a lot, not enough for me to pass him.
Yeah, he drove a great race. You drove a great race. Now the question is, do you put the 4-barrel on it, and do we see a Thursday night?
That was the plan originally. I think we're still going to try. Car obviously needs some work in the front end. It's been up a little bit and it's tweaked. We're gonna have to, you know, make sure it's all right. You know, I don't want to come to a big race like that and have the car half thrown together and come out here and get whipped. I mean,
yeah, there's your brother for you.
Yeah, and but yeah, I mean, I don't have. I mean, I don't expect to come out here and, you know, kick everybody's ass in this race or nothing. But I hope to be at least somewhat competitive, and so we're gonna make sure the car's good and race ready before we do all that work to get it ready. Bubba's car's sitting at home ready to go, so he'll definitely be here. But hopefully I can get mine ready. But I mean, I just want to say congratulations to Matthew. He's like I said, he's one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. I really like talking to him and his family, and they're all a bunch of nice people. And I guess you couldn't have seen a nicer guy win tonight.
Well, good job. Congratulations, and hope to see you Thursday night.
Thank you. I'll definitely be here. I don't know if I have the car, but I probably will.
Well, we hope that you have the car.
Oh, yeah, you know me. I'll always be here to put on a show if I am.
All right, Bryant Smith, your second place finisher in your late model feature. Those guys put on a whale of a show.
It's going to take a little while longer for this because we've got a lot of cars. Here we go, starting in the final position. Won his first career heat race in a modified last week. The Browns Heating and Cooling Spectrum Metals, Swartz Trucking, My Museum Tattoo, and Spectrum Orthopedics car, also sponsored by Leggett Tire. Three-time compact champion from New Philadelphia, Braden Swaney. On the inside of our final row, he is struggling like a duck in the desert with this car. He said, I'm getting it figured out this week. He'll be running on Thursday night. The Ohio Logistics, Bob's Auto Sales, Shortstop Drive-Thru, D&B Machine, and McKibbin's meets the veteran from Denison, Todd Ripley. Our next row forward, rookie driver in the division this season, the Fastenal, Co-Funeral Home, Village Hardware, 09, from Janayton Hutton, 9th in our points, Philip Cox. On the inside lane, struggled a little bit in qualifying, but again, just one little mistake can push you back a number of positions. He drives the 02 veteran competitor in the class, a weekly front runner in our top 5 or so, 5th in our points. He's from Massillon, the Engravers Gallery, Bullet Fabrication, Tim's Custom Car Center car of Mike Bowers. On the outside lane, the Always Green Landscape, Baker Race Cars, Affordable Flowers, BPC Clothing, 25, second year, modified competitor from Twinsburg, Ohio, 8th in the standings. This is Sean Martyr. Another veteran racer, struggled a little bit in qualifying tonight. Will try to make it from deep in the field toward the front. The Double Eagle Tattoo, Jason Aguest Motors, M&D Designs, McCombs Market, Massillon Machine number 2, Lee McCreary. To the outside lane, the Up North Racing number 15. He called Vanderbilt, Michigan home and ran up north, way up in Michigan for a long time. He now lives in Carrollton, Ohio. It is Tyler Noweski. On the inside lane, a rookie competitor in the top rookie this season. The Bowling Shoes Cars, Waynesburg Carriage, 182 from East Sparta. 4th at our points, Don Boron Jr. Coming off a second place finish a week ago. On the outside lane, the Bullet Fabrication, car number 82. He was tonight's top qualifier. He calls Massillon home. This is Bob Sibla Jr. Sibla fast time here at Midvale tonight, was also fast time at Kilcare last night. On the inside lane, second fast in qualifying, the Kim Tittle Enterprises, LocksToYou.com, Greg's Towing, Bob's Auto Sales, number 30 from Akron, Ohio. His best run of the season was a second place finish. This year, Preston Walker. Starting on the outside, moving forward, his best qualifying effort in a modified. The H&H Napa, Mr. D's, Joe's Auto Service, Ida's Cafe, and Stewart's Flooring car from Canton, Ohio. 2 feature wins in this usage racing machine this season. Adam Stewart. On the inside lane, the Rayco Transmission, Buckeye Precision, Williams Furniture, John Cookson Drivetrain, SBR Bodies, number 21 from Tusky. He put together a great qualifying effort tonight. Has had some bad luck in just a few nights out to start his modified career. Bryce Allensworth. Moving on to the outside of row number 4, defending track champion in the modified, 6-time overall Midvale champion. The Federated Auto Parts, Blick Tool and Die, Glass Lumber, Schwartz Trucking, Broad Run Cheese House, Van Meters Auto, number 38 from Dover. This is Kevin McClintock. On the inside, in the Finish Line Motors, car number 7, he'll be running in the super late models on Thursday night. From Canton, Ohio, Bubba Smith. To the outside of our third row, driving the beautifully done number 88 car in his best career qualifying effort in a modified, making the fast heat tonight. Direct results, Peel Racing. Sponsored entry from St. Clairsville, Ohio, Chris Peel. Starting 5th in car number 36. He's had a modified feature win in his career. It came last season. Tri-State Oil and Gas, All Parts Auto Care, Bob's Auto Sales, Diana Rental. From Louisville, Ohio, Mike Green. To row number 2, numerous wins to his credit, a 2-time track champion once in a modified that came 10 years ago. He's from Dover, Ohio now in the JD Byrider Texas Roadhouse. South Philly Pizza, Creative Floats, and Tedesco Graphics car. Let's hear it for the veteran, Glenn Jewell. Starting third on the inside. He has picked up numerous top 5 finishes this season, looking for his first career feature win. Third in the standings, Ohio Logistics, Bob's Auto Sales, CJ's Drive-Thru, DNB Machine, and Canal House, the sponsors for Denison's, Lucas Ripley. Starting on the outside of row number 1, the JD Byrider, CNAC Financing, Grove Home Medical, Affordable Towing, Fast Mass Racing, Greg's Recovery Car, 2 feature wins in a row. Starting from the pole tonight, he's on the outside of row number 1. From New Philadelphia, Tad Grove. And starting on the pole, our current points runner-up in the modified division. The Front Street Automotive, Willendale, Golf Cart Sales, Coffee Express, JW Cookson Incorporated, and Performance Taxi 99. From Dover, Jason Gruhl. Your starting field for this 25-lap feature event in the modifieds. Ready to roll the modifieds. Craig Mishler from Mid-Vid Racing Video down between the cars as they go by, hoping to avoid all American Racer rubber.
I'm going to go tonight, Adam, with somebody that Jason Neely kissed his head. He kissed about everybody in the field. Well,
Jason Neely did?
Yeah, Jason Neely kissed a bunch of people on the head. Chris Peel, row 3. Bubba Smith, Kevin McClintock, row 4. Bryce Allensworth, Adam Stewart, 2-time feature winner this season, in row 5. Preston Walker, Bob Sibla Jr., your fastest qualifier, outside row number 6.
Well, here we go. Biggest field of cars tonight, ready to go. All 20 of our scheduled starters are out on the speedway. Jason Gruhl in the 99 car. On the pole, Tad Grove on the outside. Grove trying to win his 3rd feature in a row. It's all about the start for him. If he gets out front, he might be able to do it. Glenn Jewell's been a mover. He's been able to use the outside lane, so he might be a challenger. Here we go. We are underway. 25 laps the distance in our Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. Tad Grove pulling forward off the 2nd corner, and Tad Grove into the lead. Grove into the top spot. Glenn Jewell in the outside lane. He's going to try to move forward as well. Jewell has had his car hooked up in the 2nd lane this season, and we'll see what Ripley does as well. Off the bottom a little bit went the 99 car of Gruhl. Here comes Ripley. Wise move for Ripley, but that does allow the 36 car of Green to go to the outside for 4th. Couple laps already in the books. A little bit of a bobble deep in the field by the 11 of Stewart. It is the 36 of Green on the outside of the 0 car of Lucas Ripley. It is the battle for position number 4. Glenn Jewell has closed the gap. Going to get tight down into the corner for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Bubba Smith has joined the battle. He won in the fast heat for the modifieds tonight. See Bryce Allensworth, first night that Bryce has elected to start in his normal starting spot instead of dropping to the tail. And around goes the 11 car of Stewart. Todd Ripley gets into the right rear then.
Tough break for Todd Ripley. Just couldn't quite get her woed up. He had the brakes locked up and just couldn't quite get stopped.
Bet against him either, and he's been solid. He doesn't make a mistake on the bottom. He says, if you want to get me, you got to get me on the outside. And right now, Glenn Jewell's got the chance. The green flag is out. Good restart. In turn number 4, we are underway. And Grove has a good restart. So does Jewell. Glenn Jewell looks great in turn number 2. Leads halfway down the backstretch. Grove on the inside. Jewell on the outside. Relatively young driver on the inside lane. A veteran on the outside so far. Grove still on the inside of Jewell. Jewell might be able to clear him coming out of 2. He does. Glenn Jewell goes into the lead. Grove drops in line in second. Running in third is Ripley. So Lucas Ripley up in the 3rd spot. Gruhl running 4th. Bubba Smith starts to make his move in the 7. We saw the second lane in the modified heats earlier looked pretty good. And right now, Glenn Jewell, Bubba Smith, 2 of the drivers trying to prove that. Also, Bryce Allensworth in out trouble. Bob Siblett Jr. in the 82 and Adam Stewart. So Sibla will take the 82 car into the pits with a flat right front tire. Bad break for him. Sibla races a different car that actually happened to be pit side. He hot lapped it a little bit earlier tonight down at Killcare Speedway in Xenia, Ohio on Friday nights. 5 laps complete. And now Grove has the outside lane. Second row of Ripley and Gruhl. Coming to turn 4, Coletti looks him over. Green flag is out. Tad Grove, pretty good restart for the number 3. Will he get the run off of 2? Not quite as good. Jewell's going to be able to stay alongside and eventually hold him off. Glenn Jewell holding him off down in turns 3 and 4. Lucas Ripley in the 0. Looking for second. Lucas has been running extremely well this season. Todd has struggled at times, especially the last few weeks after the crash. Mike Green running in 4th. Chris Peel still running a good race in the 88 car. Boy, Jason Gruhl nearly spun it in the 99. Here comes Grove, still fighting to the outside lane. Lucas Ripley running in 3rd. Running 4th is Green. Preston Walker ready to make his move in the 30. To the outside of Peel goes Walker. Walker for 5th. He's got it. Now we'll close on the leaders. Walker might be good enough to pick up a few spots even at the front of the field. That car good in the outside lane. Another driver impressing me in the outside lane as we got some bobbling going on, and Walker's going to pick up another spot. Gets around Green as the field shuffles in front of him. He's gotten around the 36 of Green. Now he's going to work on the 0 car of Lucas Ripley. Tad Grove protecting the bottom. That's going to help Preston Walker out. Walker up to 4th. Glenn Jewell setting sail. Jewell pulling away. Boy, Jason Gruhl is all kinds of sideways. He's able to hang on to it again. Preston Walker up to 3rd. Walker moving into the 3rd spot. Up next will be the number 3 car of Tad Grove. Walker has that car hooked up in the turns. That thing is just free enough to rotate the center well. Kevin McClintock running the outside lane, working on Jason Gruhl. So is Bryce Allensworth. Credit Bryce Allensworth with not being afraid of the second lane. I like what I see there. But up front, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th continue to go at it. Tad Grove, Preston Walker, the 0 of Lucas Ripley. Boron just about stuck his nose in a dangerous spot deep in the field as he had an opening momentarily on Jason Gruhl. And now around goes Allensworth, backs it into the wall in turn number 4. Allensworth loops it coming out of turn number 4, spins it on his own. Allensworth, I just mentioned, Chris, tried not to jinx him, but Allensworth, I was impressed with his ability to run the outside lane. He stayed out there a long time. Ready for the restart. 12 laps from the finish. One feature yet to go tonight. The green flag is out. Good start down the front straightaway across the line. Wheel-to-wheel formation front to back. Glenn Jewell trying to hold off a challenge from Tad Grove on our front row. Preston Walker would love to see the outside lane move forward, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Probably will have to get back down to the inside. Grove staying out there, still challenging. Grove's got a chance to get down in second if he can, and not quite yet. It's going to be Ripley trying to take second away. Can't get there. Grove will close the door. Opens the lane up for Walker. Walker takes it in hard into one, and it sticks. Walker's car fast. Hooked up tonight. Walker up to third. He could do it in the outside lane. 11 laps to go. Make it now 9 laps to go at the line. This 25-lapper. 9 to go. Preston Walker on the move. So watching Boron try to work the high lane deep in the field. Walker up to the second spot. Glenn Jewell's got a challenger coming in the second lane. It's Preston Walker who's up to the number 2 spot. Walker looking to the high lane of Jewell. Jewell's going to have to step it up a notch if he wants to win his first feature this season. Walker pulls alongside both black cars at the front of the field. Walker up to the door now, the outside lane of Jewell. His car is hooked up in the second lane like no other. Nearly wheel to wheel. Can he pull off the unthinkable from deep in the field? Started in about the 5th row or so tonight. And Preston Walker showing you can pass in these modifieds. Walker, Glenn Jewell, side by side, racing hard. 5 laps to go this time. 5 to go for Jewell and Walker. Walker a bit on the free side, using it up as they pull away from Grove, Ripley, and Green. Walker hasn't been able to make the run yet, and I think Glenn Jewell has also stepped it up a notch. He says, oh, I better go. I can't just protect the bottom. I got to run hard right now. 4 to go for Glenn Jewell. Good, clean racing throughout the field. Saw Braden Swaney get turned sideways a little bit, nearly spun on the front stretch. Boron and McClintock battle for a position inside the top 10. Jewell fending off the challenge from Walker. So far, so good. 2 to go this time at the line. 2 laps to go for Glenn Jewell and Preston Walker. Final 2 laps left. Walker going to challenge again. He's let the tires cool a little bit. Going to let it hang out there in the second lane. Going to come to the white flag. Preston Walker, last-stitched effort for Walker. Final lap. Car a little too free on exit. Can't get the forward bite he needs to pull alongside all the way. Just a little over half a lap to go. Glenn Jewell, the Texas Roadhouse, J.D. Byrider 24 into turn 3. Walker to the outside in the Kim Tittle Enterprises 30. Checkered out. What a race for the top 2. Glenn Jewell wins. Walker second. Finishing third, Tad Grove. Fourth spot to the 0 of Ripley as the field heads toward the back straightaway. On our main event night, good run for Tad Grove. Another top 3 run for the New Philadelphia driver. Texas Roadhouse, J.D. Byrider, South Philly Pizza number 24, taking the win tonight. Second time he's found victory lane. Each time that car's been here just after the first week or two, it's been extremely fast. And he saw Preston Walker get to the outside and he said, oh, I better step it up a bit. Preston was on the move. Your winner, the veteran Glenn Jewell. This car has been really good in the outside lane the last few times you've been here. Weren't here last week, and the last few races our pole sitter has won. Tonight, not the case. You came from the 4th starting spot. Car was good. Outside lane was good, and Preston Walker put on a show. All of a sudden, he pulls to the outside of you. Did you wonder where he came from?
I figured he'd be up there. Wouldn't take him long to get there. And when I heard somebody out there, I figured it was him.
Just step it up a little bit then? Just say, I better get on the go button?
Yeah, I did.
Car was good. Car's pretty much as hooked up as you want it to be, I think. You always look for a little bit more, but the outside lane was pretty good for the modifieds tonight.
Yeah, earlier in the evening, I was having trouble sticking out there, but then feature time had come around. The outside was pretty good.
Thanks, some people.
Oh, Texas Roadhouse, JD Bar Rider, South Philly Pizza, Creative Floats, Larry Clay, all these guys that's helped me. My family supported me for coming back racing. I just can't be happier, man. This is great.
Your winner tonight, Glenn Jewell. Final feature coming up next. Do want to thank all of you fans for coming out. Thank the folks as well from Classic Cars and Credit bringing you the racing action this evening. I can't wait till Thursday night. And the main event series has put on great shows here at Midvale the last few years. You know, they got all the high-tech stuff on the cars. They're a little pricier than they used to be, and I think it's actually helped the racing a little bit with that series here at Midvale. You can get on the outside lane and go.
I'm downright giddy looking forward to Thursday night. Yeah, I got 2 days of work to put in, Tuesday and Wednesday, but other than that, I'm ready to go racing on Thursday. I can't wait.
So we've got our final feature of the night. It's the second feature for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. I think he ought to do like the lay-down pose in front, don't you?
Yeah, we should do a Chad
think he
Wise.
should do the
Chad,
lay
you should
down
lay
pose.
down in the picture.
I think the lay-down pose by the trophy.
Take him an hour to get up, he said. Roly-poly-oly. The kids probably know about that. They're probably all asleep by now.
It's not actually that late for getting everybody out. Introduce them. Okay, starting lineup. Feature action time for the final race of the night. Our compact second feature. Starting in the final spot, a driver from the local area moving over and deciding to drive some compact competition. Purchased a car a few weeks ago. One of our rookie competitors trying to gain some experience. The car number 1 driven by Brandon France. Also trying to gain some experience here in the number 42. He's been with us for a couple seasons, though, trying to get the car up and running. Had some problems with it earlier tonight. The Schreffler Racing number 42 of New Philadelphia's Ryan Schreffler. Second place the finish last week in a different car for him. Just purchased this car. The Walker Racing Don's Primitives number 28 from Barnhill. Finished second to his dad a week ago, Cameron Walker. On the inside lane, his rookie season in a compact, got his debut last season for one night, and now he's behind the wheel on a weekly basis. This Car 00, sponsored by Stewart Flooring, Joe's Auto Service, and City Motors. It is the Hedgehog, Little Hands. He has nicknames, many, from Canton, Ohio, Chad Wise. In the 6th starting spot, driving the yellow 95 car, the Bowers Towing 25th hour printing entry from Norton, Ohio, Lisa Moore. In the 5th starting spot, the green and red car 07, the Prime Auto Sales entry from Wadsworth, Ohio, Josh Roberts. In row number 2 on the outside lane, it is the orange number 7, the Finlayson Towing WK Livestock sponsored car, Zach Koger. Inside of row number 2, the blue number 13, the After Hours Welding GWH Engineering car from Akron, Ohio, Gerald Hahn. And starting on the front row, a rookie competitor driving the number 46 Gearheads Garage Finish Line Decals car, Christian Bailey. And on the inside lane, filling in for his son, Alan Walker, who won this feature a week ago. His son having some surgery on his hand this week. Keeping you in stitch as the sponsor for Barnhill's Bob Walker. In our front row, and we are ready for our final mid-season championship race of the night. Walker brings him in. Green flag is out. Already looking outside 3 wide is Cameron Walker. Good run for Christian Bailey in the 46. Takes the lead. Zach Koger, the outside lane moving forward. He's going to go into second, but Bob Walker's still there.
Koger gets shuffled to the outside.
Bob Walker pushes up a little bit. Koger able to avoid him. Across the line, Bailey leads. Koger trying to take over the number 1 spot. And Koger will take over the spot on the backstretch. Has the lead. Bailey dropping back. Bob Walker joining the battle for the lead again. Had him 3 wide momentarily. Field shuffling back and forth. Drivers giving and taking a little bit. Early favorite right now, the 28 of Cameron Walker. He's on the move to the front, Chris. Oh, Gerald Hahn, I believe, gets into the back of the 88 of Walker, turns him.
Ooh, got some extracurricular activity in the grandstands. Jason Neely taking control of the extracurricular shenanigans. We can now call Jason Neely an escort. Oh, with a round of applause. That's nice.
Two laps in, 13 laps to go.
I believe they're trying to get the window net up on the 88 is what the delay is.
Yeah. And I think they may get the window net up on the 88 eventually.
The message has been received.
Sometimes not extremely easy. Koger and Bailey come to green. Turn 4, back underway.
And Koger going to take a little lead going down the back straightaway off of turn number 2. Good run on the bottom. Here comes that 28. Ooh, tried to make it 3 wide going into 1. Now Bailey will retake the lead on the outside. Koger will battle back to the inside going into turn number 3. Here comes Lisa Moore. 4-way battle, now 5-way battle between Scheffler. He comes up in there. 5-way battle for the lead. Bailey made a run at it, then slipped way upstairs on the racetrack. Walker to the high side. Lisa Moore to the bottom. They'll split. Bailey. Here comes Walker for the race lead. Good run through 1 and 2. Cameron Walker, your race leader. Zach Koger runs second. Lisa Moore in third. Bailey slips and falls back a few more positions. Now the Hedgehog takes over the 6th spot. Actually 5th. I shorted him. Is that bad to say?
I get it.
I shorted him a position. Walker, your race leader. Looks like he's got this in control. You called that one.
Hey, you've got to hand it to Wise, though. I mean, he's giving it all he can.
Just a little down on power, I think. Cameron Walker, your race leader. Good battle for second between Koger and Lisa Moore. Almost dead even at the stripe. Ryan Scheffler up into that 4th spot. Three-way battle for second now. Looking to make it 3 wide.
It's actually an excellent feature so far.
5 to go this time. Chief starter Terry Coletti gives him 5 to go. This is kind of serving multi-purposes because we get a little bit of our crank it up action going on whenever I'm talking and they're coming by. So
I say this time we do crank it up.
All right, let's do it.
Let's hear it.
Let's do it. We got the last one in there.
I couldn't hear it much. I think he had her shut off. He's going to do a plug check. Nope, he's staying out there.
He's still trying to get the window net up.
He's trying to get the window net up again. He looks like he's texting and driving.
It is. He's texting and driving. He is trying to get the window net up. I think it fell, and he might end up in the turn 4 wall.
He did get the window net. Oh,
he's holding it one-handed, and he's going to go into the grass. This may play into the leaders right here. Walker, Lisa Moore, Ryan Scheffler, your front 3 cars, and this could get interesting. Cover your ears, cover your eyes, coming around for the white flag. White flag to Cameron Walker.
Oh, now Walker's got a little smoke coming out of that baby. I thought he was going to take out his own grandson.
You mean his granddad?
No, I thought Cameron was going to get taken out by his granddad.
Oh, I got you. Okay, checker flag to Cameron Walker. Lisa Moore finishes second. Ryan Scheffler in third. Zach Koger fourth. And the Hedgehog in fifth.
Racing will be at 8 p.m. this coming Thursday night here at Midvale Speedway. All the information will be online at midvalespeedway.com. Cameron Walker wins this compact feature. His first career feature win. His dad, Alan, picked up a win a week ago, and now Cameron gets his this week.
After Grandpa almost got in the way trying to put his window net up. That was pretty interesting. It made for an entertaining feature.
Some people can chew gum when they walk, and some people could put their window net up when they drive a race car. And that would be Bob Walker.
And he comes around. Hopefully he doesn't pull behind the other two. All right, here he comes. He'll find his way to victory lane. And pulling into victory lane in your second compact feature. The number 28 machine, Cameron Walker. All right, he climbs out. All right, Cameron, you gotta tell me, did you think Grandpa was going to take you out there?
Yeah, I thought so, but I was hoping he would have been smart enough to move, but you never know. He's an old man, so he has that age on him.
He was actually trying to put up his window net, and he knew he was going to get black flagged if they seen it down again. So that's what the issue was, and I know it was kind of hairy for you.
Yeah, whenever he came up beside me, I was pointing at the window net, but he didn't act like I knew what he was talking about. So
it's all good, right? You're in victory lane. How's it feel, man? First career feature victory.
Feels pretty good.
Anybody you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my grandparents, my dad, Brandon for welding up my bumper after the heat race. Pretty much my whole family, Scheffler, Tim, everyone that helped me put it together and everything like that.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Cameron Walker in victory lane. Hey, Bob, I got to ask you, how does it feel to drive with no window net, one arm trying to put it up?
Rough.
We thought maybe you were texting and driving out there.
Oh, no.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Bob Walker gets a word in, and he's in victory lane with the grandson. Always a good deal. All right, make sure you guys come out Thursday night, main event racing series. Be safe and be careful going home. Have a great finish to your weekend. and stay under 25 mile an hour.